Hello everyone, my name is Miller and welcome back to another video. Today, the next two parts in the American road trip, Philadelphia and Baltimore, of which Philly represents the Made in America event of this year. I will be covering all the lock-ins, share some tunes and drop some tips left and right, but first I'll touch upon what might come after this event in the future. I have already covered the intro shots for this event in yesterday's video, but let's sum it up real shortly here. In the first shot we see the Weaver Customs with the American flag on it, which might come at some point, but it will most likely come linked with the one without delivery we have seen on this shot. On the second screen we see the Javelin, which will come at some part as well, proving that paid cars might also take part in this event. But behind that we see two Camaros which will most likely come down as a showdown like we had with the Cinto Dieci. And in the third shot we see more cars which will take a role in this entire series, being either the ZL1 1LE or the Hennessy Camaro, the SSC Tuatara and the Havoc Challenger, which is a monster of a car. But in the showroom we see another car which is still covered, which is quite interesting, because what we see here is a 2020 Corvette C8R. Yes, an actual race car is coming to the game. And it's covered, which to me hints towards a potential reward way down the road. However, there is another car which is also covered in this update, being a NASCAR car. Yes, at some point this will become part of the event, and honestly nothing screams more America than NASCAR does. So I'm pretty stoked to see what will come into the game in the future. There is still a long road ahead, pun intended, but I'm definitely looking forward to the next stop in Pittsburgh. Back now to today, more specifically the Philadelphia aka Philly event, the 2020 Made in America event, which did sadly not happen on the July 4th, but still represents the super popular holiday. And I think compared to the previous year, this was also a great celebration event with the opportunity for all levels of players, as it's pretty accessible. The event itself is a 4-way lock-in of 65 races, with a total rewards of 825,000 cash, 335 gold coins, 1,130 bronze keys, which is a super nice amount, 110 silver keys, 5 gold keys, this could have been a tad more, 9 uncommon, 6 rare and 6 epic fusion parts spread over the various cars, 3 stage 6 parts, all 3 for the car in the third lock-in, I really wish this was more spread, 1000 green elite tokens, 25 red elite tokens, and 2 legendary elite parts, and the final reward, the special 50th anniversary edition of the Charger SRT Hellcat, of which I'll show the max tune later on. All in all, the rewards are quite decent and definitely for a free event, though the gold keys could have been upped a bit and the stage 6 parts deserve a better spread. As for lock-ins, the first one is pretty straightforward and literally everyone out there can participate in it as it's a free car. And I'm not talking about game cash kind of free, I mean free. But before getting it, make sure you put your own spec together, because this is a unique opportunity. In general, I'm quite happy with this, a free car which I know many will absolutely love, as the Charger is a pretty popular car. As for difficulty level on this one, expect it to be needed 1 or 2 stage 6 parts. On stage 5 I was able to tune for a 12.7, with the final time being a 12.6 range. I pulled 1 free crate and 6 paid ones to end up with 2 stage 6 parts, allowing me to blast past the hardest race on number 55. Tune and race. The second lock-in is not as easy, but still very accessible to pretty much everyone. Here you have to choose between the various cars which are part of the first part of the Made in America collection on Elite Customs or the Liberty Walk Challenger. I chose for a car which I knew is pretty solid on a quarter mile, but I think any choice is pretty good here. Just take the one closest to max, unless you're hunting for parts in the crates. I went with the Jeep Grand Cherokee in the end. The hardest race came super early on race number 39, and it could be done basically on stage 4, and it was pretty easy. But the most challenging race came actually on the second to last race, which was a speed trap, but with some cars being viable to strip it, I don't think too many people will have to worry about this. Tune and speed trap. The third lock-in is where I think many will struggle, as it's not so accessible. The only two ways of getting the cars is either having the milestone car Quinten Brothers Camara from over a year ago, or through gold keys from either the New York Duality Cup or the drop rate which is running right now again. I chose here for Garrett's Rodshop Barracuda Hemi S simply because it's the fastest option in the Baltimore Showdown, and I want to take full advantage of those crates to max out this car. Difficulty wise, this should be possible again with 2 to 3 stage 6 parts, which you should get along the way from the free crates and maybe throughout the event, as long as you don't get any dupes. To get the stage 6 parts you have to beat a super easy relay race on race 17 I think it was, then beating a fairly easy speed trap, and then running the hardest race on number 58, tune and pattern. The final drive here is not ideal, to be fair it could be more to the left to get high performance. The final lock-in then should be more accessible and to be considered more free, with the choices being either the reward of the last year Made in America event, the Ford GT Heritage Edition, or the Tiffany C10 and its various variants, for example the Halloween one we only could win a couple of months ago. In case you don't have any of these cars and you need a C10, grab yours in the dealership for 3000 gold coins. Even if you won't get to this lock-in because you don't have the third one, still get the car. It's a good deal and it might be useful down the line. I chose Rico's C10 as it's a car close to my heart, rewarded to only a few people, and I just want to flex, and that's also my fastest C10 variant. Let's say you don't have 3000 gold coins though, no panic, there is still the Baltimore Showdown which will reward you the Ford GT if you reach 1200 trophies. You might not hit this milestone today, but no worries, just try every day because the difficulty level should drop as time passes. As for how hard it was for this lock-in, same story, 2 to 3 stage 6 parts should do the job. As it's a special car, this tune might be a bit off, but this is for mine and this could be used as a reference. So that's it. Only thing remaining is the final relay race, and this is again very doable, so I don't think too many will struggle too much here. Once finished you get a pretty sweet Dodge Charger, but the 50th anniversary edition, which is a nice collector piece, and for some the Charger is a player favorite. Tune and my best run for this car. Aside of the affiliate event, a short word on the Baltimore Showdown. The biggest takeaway from this event is basically that the Ford GT can be won by reaching 1200 trophies, but sadly that there are no crates for the eligible cars and the Halloween C10 is not a possible entry for the event, which I think was not done on purpose, but just a mistake by the person setting up the lock-ins for this showdown, as the affiliate event does allow the car. Other than that, it's just a showdown with nice extra parts and resources up for grabs. And with that, I will close it off for today. Again, a very nice long video with loads of information, but to me a very successful and accessible Made in America event, and I hope the rest of this American road trip series follows the same storyline. And I want to say here as well, I really thoroughly enjoyed the dialogue of Jerry mentioning some of the touristic locations left and right. For non-Americans this is quite fun to see the locations and just Google them. If you enjoyed the video, do not hesitate to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. My name is Mille, see you around, and keep racing.